I'm General Counsel for Sanders Equities LLC. My first General Counsel position was in 1999, 2000, for a small company called Kushner Companies. Ever since then, I've been General Counsel at different real estate families. So I went from Charlie Kushner's family to other real estate families to an international real estate company to now back at a real estate company here with families. You know, it's really funny because I believe when I was at Kushner Companies, we were always looking for outside counsel that was not part of these really big firms or anything like that. Just because I said to Charlie, I said, look, when we go to these big firms, you know, we get billed a lot and we don't get good service. So I was looking for people who were just starting out, who had small firms. And at that particular time, Adam was kind of just starting out. And so I started throwing him work, the stuff that I wasn't able to do. I couldn't be in all these different counties and all these different things at once. So we just started working together on different things. And so that's how we first met. And then as I moved from different companies, I either used the firm just because I knew Adam and I liked his work. And there have been times that I've actually been an adversary of him as well. So yeah, we have a very long relationship. He was always available. He was always, you know, aggressive. He always got it. So yeah, I used the firm for bankruptcy cases. We've used the firm for other general contract cases. We've actually used the firm for criminal cases involving some of our clients. I do recall one in particular that when I was an adversary of his, that you know, I truly appreciated it from the other side of it, where there was he represented a condominium board and I represented the builder. And so we had some really interesting conversations, but it certainly gave me a perspective from the other side of, you know, how knowledgeable and aggressive and professional he could be in representing clients. And it just reassured how I felt about using his firm when I needed him to represent real estate families that I was working for as well. So the greatest talent is and why I continually get along and go back to Adam is Adam thinks outside of the box of things. You know, a lot of lawyers and law firms in particular, they think with blinders on, just straightforward. This is what the law is, this is what the facts are, and this is what we can do for you. Whereas as a general counsel, and certainly with Adam and with his attorneys at the firm, they think outside of the box. They say, okay, well, this is what the law is, and this is what the facts are. However, have we tried this? Could we try this? Might we try that? So I think that's his greatest talent, is the fact that he's constantly thinking of outside of the box ways to get something done within the law. And not a lot of attorneys do that. They'll say, this is black and white, this is what it is, we can't do this, we can't do that. Whereas Adam will say, we might not be able to do this, but we should try. Or maybe we can do this, but we might not, but we should try. And that's certainly one of his greatest attributes, in my opinion. And the fact that he's always available, always available. Certainly as a general counsel, you're always available 24/7, but you can't always get an attorney from a law firm to be available that quickly when you email and say, I have a question, you know, and he gets right back to you. I mean, it was basically where Adam represented the condominium, the owners of condominium who felt that they had not been treated fairly and that the product that they bought was not exactly what they got. And he organized a lot of presidents, and he came to the first meeting that we had with all the residents, and I knew as a board member and not only as the general counsel for the builder, it was just not going to be a fun night. And you know, he he sat there with everybody, and then we discussed it afterwards, after the meeting, and then, you know, throughout the whole process, we discussed different matters of how this case could proceed. I wasn't at that company for the completion of it, so I don't know exactly what happened with it. Like I said, it's just the constant thinking outside of the box. It's the always available. You know that he's listening to what you're saying. You know that you can see the wheels spinning in his head as you're giving him the facts as to, okay, this is what I think. Okay, this is what I think. But not only that, he's receptive to what I might say, I think. And it's not like his way is the highway. It's, yeah, I can see that. And you know what, that's a good idea. In fact, the case that we just had decided in our favor was exactly like that. The judge had been stringing this and stringing this and stringing this and stringing this along. And finally, I called up Adam and I said, look, we have nothing to lose here. We should do this. And he said, you're right. I think that's a great idea. And that, what I think is his greatest attribute. I would describe them as a bulldog, as somebody, you know, who is going to not stop fighting for what you're looking for, and who will listen, who will make solid recommendations, and who will get the job done. I have no hesitancy whatsoever in ever referring his firm.